Right, what's going on, guys? And welcome to another Alpha Media podcast. On today's podcast, we are discussing, as I'm sure you all know, we've recently have seen on all of social medias a bald-headed guy with a lot of opinions and a lot of strategies. And he's very, to some people, cocky or not. So today we're discussing Andrew Tate. So over to you, Benjamin. To start with, what is your sort of opinion on Andrew Tate? What do you think about all that? He's a king of social media or a fraud?
I kind of got two opinions on him, really. Like, I know most people are leaning towards the hate side. He's like Marmite, isn't he? You love him or you hate him, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
No, I think in terms of what he's done with social media and stuff, and I'll cover it off in a minute, like what he's done, but just to give an overview now. But what he's done on social media, I think, has been brilliant from a business strategy point of view. But sort of kind of, I guess, some of the low blows of some of the stuff and some of the content is not been so good, and obviously the opinions he has on certain things is not been so good.
Well, I was going to say, in terms of the no good, again, for some is all right, for some isn't it? He's quite strongly opinionated, and he kind of stands by his sort of his own rules, kind of thing, if you know what I mean. And I'm sure you've seen that on every single sort of TikTok where he pops in. So yeah, like he is the new thing on social media right now. Like, it's incredible how within couple of months from like nothing, literally see him every day, every single time I go on this device. You go on TikTok or Instagram, you Mr. Tate's on, Mr. Tate's on, Mr. Tate's on. It's absolutely, it's ridiculous. Like, it's crazy how it's like Andrew Tate saturated now on social media.
Yeah, so that's what he's done basically. Is he's saturated and took over the app, in the sense of, just to explain to people that probably don't know what he's done, is that he's created his online course at Hustlers University, which is like, I'm guessing, a membership-based sort of course, where I think it's got like 5,000 members or something like that, from what I saw. And on there, it's like a Discord chat with talking with other members and stuff, and it's sort of where you can find out about, I guess, the things you can find on YouTube, but probably in more depth, or probably better. And there's people that talk to about it, like Amazon FBA or affiliate marketing, all these different business models and strategies. Yeah. And what he's done is he's got people to be affiliates for him, basically, for his course. So affiliate his course, they take bits of his content, slice it up into short TikToks or whatever, and then they create what they call faceless TikTok channels, where it's all just Tate. And because the people are doing it and driving to his course, they get a commission for sending someone to his course. And I think it's a fairly decent commission. I can't remember the amount now off the top of my head, but it's fairly decent. And by doing that, and there's lots of accounts driving to his thing, obviously he's took over, his face is there.
Yeah.
As well as any other stuff he does on his own YouTube channel, everything like that. So he seems to be everywhere, and plus everyone keeps inviting him on their podcasts or whatever. So,
by the way, if Andrew Tate is listening to this or watching this, please let this, like, if you want to be our guest, if you want to tell us how to make it in this world, please join our podcast, mate. You can be our guest. We'll ask you loads of questions. You can tell us everything you know.
Yeah, because I saw or heard somewhere that he's open to going on anyone's podcast, any size and stuff like that, from what I heard. So maybe try and make
there
that
we
happen.
go, on the next episode.
on the next episode. I guess it depends what we say about him in this, whether he'll come on or
Yeah,
not.
yeah, yeah. Let's not do an Elon episode on this. Let's just be very good and positive. We'll be all right then.
But yeah, so that's what he's done to take over the app, so to speak. I've heard mixed reviews on his course, to be fair. I haven't joined it myself. I do keep toying whether to join it to get more insight and see what it's about.
Yeah. Probably not a bad shout, to be fair.
Yeah. But what's your sort of views on him and sort of the opinions he has on certain topics?
Oh, my sort of opinion about it is I think he, because I've listened to someone else's YouTube video about him. I'm not going to mention who it is, but he's a very sort of famous YouTuber. He's into sort of men's style, men health, and all that. He sort of done an episode about him, and he said like a lot of things that he does say are correct. So let me just put it in perspective. Like society, obviously now is teaching or learning or giving people or young men, for example, like information not to be like an alpha kind of male personality, like be strong, stand up for your rights, and kind of like just move forward and achieve something, achieve that financial freedom or whatever, or be this cool guy, like take care of yourself, work out that. But he just turned it completely around. Like he literally just said, you got to do this, 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 this to be A, B, and C. And he's got like even stories to back it up as well. Like, it's crazy how he's just turned it all around. And now, again, there is that obviously divided opinion when some people like it, some people don't, isn't it?
Yeah, I think on certain topics, and like you were just saying then about the this whole thing at the minute, it's been going on for a while. To be fair, on social media, like a year or more. It seems to be like escalating more and more. It's about how to put it. It's just sort of just males being males, isn't it? Really, it's being manly and females being females.
Yeah.
But he comes. I think at some points is very very valid. Really, they're good points.
Oh yeah.
But then other things that he says is obviously is a bit too far the other way.
But then, in some respect, in some cases, it may not be. Like, I don't know. Like, for me, most of the stuff that he's saying is sort of like, it's quite valid. And when you think about it, it's actually like, yeah, when you think about it, it's, that's how it should be. But it's not, let's say, or let's change or do something about it. So, I do like his, I was listening to some podcast the other day with him in it. He was just like talking about relationships and stuff. The guy has literally got so many stories. The way he just like even hustles, because the guy just hustles in everything he does. Like relationship, like business, everything. Like it's just incredible. Like the guy is just on top of his game with everything.
Yeah, there's no two doubts about it. Like he's a millionaire for a reason. You have to be a certain behaviour and mannerisms. We're learning that on our journey with what we're doing.
Yeah.
It's completely different, and this is why a lot of mainstream people and regular job people don't get it, because I didn't get it before until I made the transition, or still doing the transition. Is that you have to be? It's a completely different mindset when you're entrepreneur and business owner and that kind of person. You've got to be a certain way. It is like the eye of the tiger, like the lion. You've got to be. There's a certain way about you, and that's what he's got about him. And fair play to him. Like he knows how to make money, and know what he's doing. And I think this is what's happening with social media. You got to think about it, is that if you want to be talked about for a day, or like be everywhere on the news and people sharing a post about you and everything, 9 times out of 10, if you take a negative approach and get shared for something negative, it hits all over the internet. It's going to keep getting shared and shared.
Yeah.
You just take it over. Like, I'm not being funny, I didn't even know who the guy was till about 6 months ago.
Mm-hmm.
Never
Yeah, he did.
seen him, even though he was a pro fighter before and all this. And like, I'm not mad on watching fighting and all this, but I didn't even know he was till 6 months ago, and people are still discovering him now, aren't they? So
Yeah. I've done a bit of research on him, and he was in Big Brother apparently in 2016, and he caused a massive stir with all the people that were in there because he just told them like, "Sit down, listen to me now, and just shut up," kind of thing, and it was like, right, okay, and then just like that caused a stir and like and a massive issue because all the people are like, "Oh, I don't like how I'm spoken to," but yeah, he literally was like calling people names and stuff, like, "Listen to me, I've got to tell you this," or whatever. And people were just like, "Oh my god, I'm shocked how he's talking to me." It's like, wow. And then yeah, obviously the kickboxer as well. Um, yeah, and to be fair, he's pretty good at kickboxing. I saw some videos of him sparring and stuff like that. And that guy got some skills. Obviously, unfortunate was I've read 5 hours ago he was sparring with someone, he got knocked out, but just one of those things. But apart from that, he's really good.
apart from that, he's really good.
Yeah, just took one hit. It's fine.
Don't think
New day
he's going to
tomorrow.
come on the show now.
Oh God, no, Andrew, no, no.
No, well, now you mention that Big Brother thing. To be fair, I think I vaguely remember that, but I didn't watch a lot of them.
Oh no, me neither. I just literally watched it with Tate because I just wanted to see what he was literally like on. He was like, "Sit down, I'm gonna tell you something. This is da 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 da," and it's like, "All right, okay, man. Okay, no worries. We'll listen to you. It's 2016. We will listen to this. Fine.
We will listen.
We
But
will
no,
obey to your rules, master."
I think obviously there's some controversy and stuff all at the minute. Literally in the last 24 hours, that a post being shared about him.
Mm.
Um, how he said something to do with younger women versus older women and stuff like that. And
What was it? Can you share? Can you share this on this podcast?
basically, it said that he preferred women that were like 18, basically, and just like fresh, and not had. And so he can sort of. I'm trying to put it in the best way without.
PG way for this podcast.
Yeah,
Thank you.
PG way. Let's, but yeah, rather than a girl who's in it like 26, I think he said the age was, like an older girl who's had a few blokes and stuff like that, so he can have his way with all this. Which, if you're gonna say stuff like that over the internet, that's gonna get shared non-stop, and obviously it's gonna go to the side of the feds getting involved and all that. And apparently that's the way it's going.
Oh right, okay. Well,
Research into it, but
that is definitely going to get all the 18-year-olds very excited, all the girls will be like, "Ooh, Andrew Tate."
but I think like when you go that extreme and that far with your opinions on things, it's going to get nothing but hate, is it? But I think like some of the other things he's had opinions on to do with blokes having more respect for themselves. Like, I don't think he covers off very well with what he says that blokes should be respectful towards women.
Yeah.
But I think he covers off well that guys should have more respect for themselves, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So I think he's got one side of the coin, and his opinion's right, but the other side he's not so good on.
Yeah, I think what he was saying, obviously, about us sort of like all men respecting like themselves, it was to do with the fact that a lot of times, for example, if you're dating a woman, a female, right, you tend to sort of like step into this. Oh my god, yeah, I started chatting to this girl. I'm just gonna keep on texting her, like just she's gonna be my like everything kind of thing, and then you forget about yourself. Then obviously you get attached, you get in a relationship, and then 3 months down the line, if it phases out like completely, like your relationship's just gone down the pan. I think that's what it is. I think the attractiveness is kept, and after doing the extensive research and doing it myself, as through the years of dating and you live and learn kind of thing, it's like it keeps the attractiveness on when you, for example, not full on 110%. like is like everyone will tell you that. Like if you completely full on, a girl will literally just be like, I want to say sick and tired of you, but she'll be like, well, I've got this now. There is no more to it. It's time to move on to something else. This is why all the relationship sort of breakups happen, all the cheating and all this sort of starts. Because, yeah, again, Mr. Tate has actually put it quite bluntly. Like, we do, as men, have to respect ourselves, you know, take us first, you know, we're the priority in this whole thing, you know, and then just sort of move on from that. So, yeah, I do in terms of that. I'll give him 100% on that.
And now, quick break for adverts.
To talk about what we're about here at Alpha Media. We inspire others to start an online business, give them the blueprints, show them the way to start making their first commission online, escape the 9 to 5. We should have a link listed somewhere, either around or beneath this video in the description. If you click on that link, you'll go through to a web page. On that web page there'll be a video with myself or Dave talking through what those sort of next steps look like and through that process. Apart from that, thank you for taking the time to watch our content and enjoy the rest of the podcast.
Canva is a graphic design tool that works to simplify the process of digital design. Canva allows for image editing and project-based learning using a simple drag-and-drop interface that works well even for younger students. From brainstorming as a group working collaboratively to individual project creations, it has lots of potential uses in the classroom. If you would like to try your skills at Canva, please click the link in the description.
Like we do as blokes, we come first.
We're the best.
DJ Khaled, Young Money, Cash Money, and all that sort of jazz. Yeah, we the best.
Shout out Tyler. We're the best.
There you go. I need a haircut soon, by the way, so I'll be coming over.
I know, he did one the other day. Feeling fresh.
Yeah, sort of.
He was calling me Khaled now. I've had it done.
I would, to be fair, yeah. Or Diddy or something like that. He looks a little bit like Diddy.
But I've kind of just got lost in train of thought that I was going to talk about after what you just said. But no, I think like I'm just going to go from my own personal experience through my journey of relationships and that. And I was brought up with good parents, teach you to like treat women respectfully, and I'm just generally a nice guy and friendly guy and stuff. But it doesn't work, does it? With you, like they say, "Oh, I want a nice guy," but then it's always the bad boys and the bad guys that attract them the most. But then they don't want a relationship with that person, so you kind of got to be like this persona, this person that's not yourself. Everyone says, "Oh, you got to be yourself," but if yourself is a nice guy, like just like with texting, for example, if someone texts me, I try to get back to them within a reasonable amount of time, like straight away. But like girls see that as like, oh, he's needy or too eager or something. So now you deliberately leave them on red a bit very longer, a bit longer.
Mate, with me, it's like 24 to 48 hours I respond. I just forget. Like, I look at it, I'm like, oh. And then the next day, oh, shit, I forgot to answer that text message. You're like, oh, crap. And then she's like, oh, you're right. She responds straight away. And then you're like, another 24 hours, like, I'll just forget.
That's good. You've got it down to a fine art.
Absolutely. Thank you, Mr. Tate.
Usually, if I leave it too long, I just get no response.
You just get blocked, mate, and deleted.
Yeah.
On to the next one. Tick.
No, it's hard. It's hard in a sense. I've realised this in this world now, social media, and how. Obviously, I don't know the female side of things because I'm not a female, but I know the male side is that. His face. I know the male side is that. I love the one saying he does say that I do love is where he says player versus player, because that's how it feels like in a game. Is that you're constantly every day having to better yourself and push yourself to stand out above the other males, isn't you, and everything, whether
Yeah.
that's from a physique standpoint and how you look,
Mm.
from a business standpoint, or just every aspect of your life you're having to excel in. And it's crazy. I enjoy it. Like, my life's changed now and how things are going.
Mm.
Like, I really enjoy it. And I like being busy. But at the
Oh
same
yeah, I
time,
love being busy.
it's like crazy as well, isn't it?
Yeah, I think I sort of agree with what you said in terms of like Andrew Tate is kind of like player versus player. Because let me just put it to you in sort of a little bit of a perspective. So like back in the day, like literally back in those like Stone Ages when people used to wear animal skin for underwear, yeah, back in those days, it used to be men versus men, right? Because everyone was fighting either for a woman or for food or just against because they just didn't like the person, if you know what I mean. So whoever was stronger, better alpha male, had better skills, has won, right? He's sort of now bringing that back when you look at it for what he says. It's exactly like what it was those many years ago. It is now, isn't it? It's just in a different format, isn't it? Is it through social media, business, or even your bank account? Stupidly, that does matter, you know, like. You know, you want like I think the females obviously of this world want someone stable who's got a few quid behind them, someone who's got enough. How do I say this? They've got a good chat, good conversation. They're also like busy. You know, they don't want someone who's constantly like, "Oh, would you like to come and see me tonight?" and stuff. They like to be busy. Like they want a bloke who's obviously has got a plan. I think, and